We are live. Let's go. Got my new mic. This is the first time I'm using my new mic on stream. Actually, my new mic to record anything. So that's big dubs as well. This mic cost $160 if you want to know. Let me check if y'all can hear me well. This mic cost $160. Hello, exotic puppy. Let me just go ahead and promote the stream, obviously. You know how it be. And then we'll get into the predictions. Cause yeah. Alright. Post that on Instagram. I guess I'm good. Exotic puppy, I'm good. I am fine. Before we get started, follow my Instagram and Twitter. Memes, thoughts, and updates over there. And all that jazz. I'm going to go ahead and send this stream to a few of the boys. Because the boys are... Well, the boys are the boys. Alright, boom. There we go. Sent that. Tweeted out. Then we got Discord. And after Discord, we can hop straight into these predictions, obviously. And then obviously I'll have my phone, to read chat as I do the predictions. We do this stream yearly. The schedule, the draft is finished. The schedules have came out. We're going to go division by division, obviously. So, we live. Alright, then... Boom, put the link, tweet that out. Boom. Alright, let's go ahead and do Discord now. And after Discord, we'll go ahead and jump straight into these predictions. So, yeah. Oh, my bad. Like I said, using the brand new mic for the first time. It is a very nice and high quality mic, so yeah. Alright, now let's go ahead and put in these. Plug it through the Discord. My profile picture, yes, your profile picture is nice. It is the Chinibia movie. Boom. Boom. Alright, there's that. Alright, this one. This one, and, well, gotta do this one. And then there's one more. Sorry if you hear my dogs. No problem. Alright. Now, let me just pull up the stream, and we'll get started with these predictions. Let me just make sure it sounds good. Alrighty. Let me just make sure it sounds good. Alrighty, it does. Let's go. That's crispy. Alrighty. I have the chat pulled up. And we will get going. Since I did start off, should I? Alright, I'm gonna ask y'all actually. Do I start off with the NFC or the AFC here? Do I do the AFC conference first or the NFC conference? Yes, I like FNAF. But yeah. Which one should I do? NFC or AFC first? I'm thinking since I did NFC last year first, I should do AFC this year first. Yeah, that's what I'm a good. Oh, NFC? You want me to do NFC? All right, well then NFC it is. We'll do Minnesota. Obviously, some things have changed. So, there has been an extra game added to the schedule this year, 17 games instead of 16. This is my first time looking at the schedule, so these are my first, like, genuine first predictions for every team. Draft is finished, all that, so we'll hop straight into it, man. We got the Vikings first off. All right, so we have we have Minnesota opening up away at Cincinnati. Cincinnati was stupid and didn't really focus on their O-line during the draft. Joe Burrow needs that offensive line help, and they did not focus on that. While Minnesota, I feel like, while they weren't that great last year, I feel like they're still a good team, and they're on the rise, definitely in my opinion. I'm going to pick Minnesota to win that game. Then we got them going from away from Cincinnati to the whole other side of the country, away at Arizona. Minnesota versus Arizona. In my opinion, Arizona's... So not only are you going from a cold place that's on one side of the country, but you're going to a very hot place that's on the other side of the country. Not only that, but Minnesota is also a cold place, so you're used to the cold. And Arizona... So combined with the weather... distance traveled, and Arizona just being a better team overall, I'm going to pick Arizona to beat the Vikings in week 2. Alrighty, we have Seattle versus Minnesota for week 3, but Minnesota is finally home, so they go back home. But obviously, they're going to want to rebound. They have Seattle, which Seattle's still a really good team. Slightly on the decline. Yeah, I knew what you meant, exact, Bobby. But you have, Seattle's slightly on the decline, while I feel like Minnesota's on the rise. But Seattle's still a really good team. Again, sorry if you can hear my dogs. Seattle is... I don't know which way to go with this one, to be honest. I'm going to go with Seattle for the simple fact that I do think they are the better team. Weather isn't an issue. They're both used to the cold. Then you have Cleveland at Minnesota. Cleveland is going to be crazy good this year, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think Minnesota's actually going to lose 3 straight games, opening up 1-3 to open up this series. I do not like Apex Legends. I hate that game. I used to like it, but I hate it. Then you have Detroit and Minnesota. Detroit is by far a worse team than Minnesota, but I do think Detroit's is rising faster than Minnesota, if that makes sense. But I do think Minnesota will finally bounce back from those 3 straight losses, beat Detroit. Then they'll go from Minnesota to Carolina, back on the away games. So Minnesota versus Carolina. Carolina is by far a worse team. I like Carolina as a team. They're my second favorite team, but they're just complete and utter garbage. They have a long way to go. Minnesota is going to take care of them. They're 3-3 first 6 weeks of the season. Then you have the bye week, and then after that you host Dallas, Dallas is also coming off a bye week that week. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. We always struggle with Minnesota, and it's there. I'm going to have to say I do genuinely think the Cowboys are a better team, though. They are coming off a bye week, all that. I'm going to say Dallas gets the win here. I just think they're a better team, and since they're both coming off a bye week, that means they will be there probably during the bye week. Sorry, excuse me for the burp. Yeah, it's the sweats that make me mad about that game. I don't play it no more. But, yeah. Dallas, I I feel like Dallas will win because they'll probably go to Minnesota during the bye week, so they don't have to worry about being used to the weather. Even then, they'll be inside a dome. Then on top of that, I just think Dallas is the better team. So I think Dallas will beat Minnesota. Then Minnesota goes to Baltimore. Baltimore is an outstanding team. One of the best teams in the league. And they're coming off a bye week. And they're at home. Baltimore by far is going to get that win. Then you have Minnesota going again all the way across the country to the Chargers. Which the Chargers are not that bad. Chargers got one of the best young QBs in the game in Justin Herbert. I think the Chargers will beat them. Like I don't think this beginning stretch is just difficult for them. They got a lot of difficult games, got a lot of traveling. They have a lot of travel miles, definitely. Then you go back home to face Green Bay, arguably one of the best teams in the league. As of right now, Aaron Rodgers is still on the team, but I think he's going to be gone. But I got to go with what's there, so I'm going to assume now I'm assuming Aaron Rodgers will be gone, but for this, since Aaron Rodgers is still technically on the team as the time of recording this, I'm going to assume he plays. That's what I'm saying. So, since Aaron Rodgers is on here for this video, we're going to think Aaron Rodgers plays for Green Bay. But I genuinely think he will not. But that's what we're going to say. Aaron Rodgers is playing. Green Bay at Minnesota. Green Bay struggles at Minnesota. Minnesota is going to be wanting some revenge. And I think Minnesota wins that game there. Upsets Green Bay. Then you have to go again all the way across the country. There's a theme there. To play San Fran, which San Fran should be really bounced back this year after being as horrible they were last year. I think San Fran will bounce back this year. They'll win that game. Then you have to go to Detroit. Like I said, I feel like Detroit is, getting better faster than Minnesota, even though they are worse. But Detroit holds this game. You're there. Detroit, I feel like, will beat Minnesota. Then you go back home to face Pittsburgh. You are hosting the game. It's prime time, but Pittsburgh is definitely on the decline. Big Ben is not the same he was. Juju's all right, but he causes a lot of drama. If the Pittsburgh season goes the way I think it will, Minnesota will definitely get this win. And it's not even just I think Pittsburgh is the better team than Minnesota, but Minnesota but I think a lot of drama is going to be there for Pittsburgh this year. I think they're just going to utterly fail because of that. Then you have Minnesota at Chicago. I think Chicago is the worse team than Minnesota, so I think Minnesota will get that win. Then you have Minnesota hosting LA. LA is a Super Bowl contender by far by picking up Matthew Stafford. By far. If Detroit still had Matthew Stafford, I probably would say they're in one of the front runners to win the division, but they don't. They are rising up, but not as much. They're going to be all right. But the Rams picking up Matthew Stafford, the Rams are a Super Bowl contender by far. Rams will get that win with ease. Then Minnesota goes to Green Bay. Green Bay will take care of you guys. And you have the last game of the season against Chicago. Again, I do feel like Chicago is the worst team in the NFC North, more than likely. Statistically wise, I feel like they are the worst. Justin Fields will not be that great in the NFL, in my opinion. Ohio State QBs don't do that good, nor do Bears QBs. So, yeah. I think you will sweep your division rival in the Chicago Bears. And 7-10. Yikes. Basically the same season you guys had last year. Y'all went 6-10 last year. Here you went 7-10. Just could not beat a lot of the good opponents, in my opinion. You got Green Bay up next. So again, here we are assuming Aaron Rodgers play. You open up against New Orleans, which New Orleans lost Drew Brees. He went to retirement. Mans is an all-time great QB. Green Bay versus New Orleans. Again, we're assuming Aaron Rodgers plays. I think New Orleans is still really fucking good, though. I'm going to go out on a limb and say New Orleans wins this game with Aaron Rodgers playing. New Orleans is still a really good team. I believe in Taysom Hill. If he starts, even if Jameis Winston starts, I still think he'll do pretty good. But yeah, we're under the impression that Aaron Rodgers will be playing here. But I still do think New Orleans will beat Green Bay. Green Bay will make light, easy work of Detroit, in my opinion. Then they'll be going to San Fran, and honestly, like I said, I feel like San Fran's going to be bouncing back this year. San Fran will beat Green Bay this year, in my opinion. Then you have Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, like I said, if their season goes the way I think it will, Green Bay is going to be able to beat them. Then you have Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a weak team. Bears, weak team. You know, those are just weak teams all around. Boom, opening up the season 4-2. We're obviously, you know, I've already predicted these, but that's because we predicted Minnesota. Then you have Washington. Washington's going to be an all right team. I don't think they'll be great, but I definitely think they'll be all right. I do think I think they'll get them in an upset here. I think Washington will surprise a few people this year. They won't be great, but I do think they'll surprise with some of the games they win. I do think Washington will beat Green Bay in a upset. Then you have Arizona. In my opinion, Arizona is just a better team. I think Arizona will beat Green Bay. Then you have the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to slap you silly. Then you have Seattle. You're hosting Seattle. Seattle is coming off a bye week, but I don't think that bye week will be enough. You will beat Seattle. Then, obviously, like I said, you'll lose to Minnesota, in my opinion, at Minnesota. Then you got the Rams. The Rams are a Super Bowl contender, but they're off a bye week. I'm high on the Rams this year. I'm going to pick the Rams to win that game. Then you have the Bears. Then you have your bye week. Then you host the Bears. Again, Bears are weak. Baltimore, honestly, even though I feel like Baltimore's the better team, I feel like you will get the upset over them. And then with Cleveland, I think Cleveland will come and get you. Cleveland, again, I'm really high on. Then you have Detroit. Again, you're gonna beat Detroit. 9-8. Hey, what's happening? What's up, Z Dark Kage? I am predicting the NFL predictions. I'm a big sports head. So yeah, 9-8 for Green Bay. They are a really good team, but this schedule just does not give me hope for them. I feel like a lot of the teams they're going to face are going to be really good this year. So 9-8 for them. And honestly, with the whole Aaron Rodgers leaving drama, I feel like if he stays, I feel like that drama of him wanting to leave in the offseason is going to equate to a pretty bad season for them, but still a winning season nonetheless. 9-8, alrighty. Now you got the Lions. Like I said, I feel like the Lions are rising faster than Minnesota, but I do think they are a worse team than Minnesota. You have them going up against San Fran week 1. Like I said, I feel like San Fran's going to bounce back, and I feel like San Fran's just going to slap Detroit silly. Then you have, this first 3-game stretch, wow. Like I said, I feel like Green Bay's not going to be great this year, but I still feel like they're going to be good. You know what I mean? Baltimore, right after that, wow, just getting slapped silly. You got Chicago. This is where you'll pick up your first win of the season. You'll beat Chicago at Chicago, in my opinion. Chicago's just not that good this year, in my opinion. Then you have, obviously, Minnesota. You'll lose to Minnesota at Minnesota. Then you have Cincinnati. Again, Cincinnati's O-line problem is freaking atrocious. I can't believe they did not focus on that during the draft. You will beat them. Then you have to go up against Matthew Stafford, which you trade away to the Rams. Obviously, Detroit has Jared Goff, which Jared Goff ain't terrible, you know what I mean? But he's not on the level of Matthew Stafford. Rams are just a better team. Like I said, Rams are Super Bowl contenders, in my opinion. Then you have Philly. Philly's not great. They're not good. They're okay. but they are better than you. Philly will beat you. And then you have a bye week. Then you have Pittsburgh. Like I said, I feel like Pittsburgh's no clue about this. Yeah, I'm a big sports nerd. Pittsburgh, they're gonna have a lot of drama. Any reactions on the stream? No, this is just gonna be predicting the season. I do this yearly. I predict the season and playoffs. No reactions on this stream. I should probably do one of those streams eventually, though. Not a stream where I react to just a project, but a stream where I take reaction submissions. Like, oh, all right, I got you. I should do that at some point. I'll do that when I have a bit bigger following. But again, then you got your bye week. Then you're going up against Pittsburgh, which again, I feel like Pittsburgh's gonna have a drama-filled season where it equates to a bad record, bad season. But Pittsburgh is leagues ahead. Pittsburgh will beat you. I do not. If they don't beat Detroit, I'm gonna be shocked. Then you have Cleveland. Cleveland again is gonna be super good this year, in my opinion. Then Chicago. Chicago's gonna just slap you silly for last time. Then you're gonna beat Minnesota, like I said, in my opinion. Then Denver. Ooh. Denver. I'm gonna pick you guys. I'm gonna pick Detroit to beat Denver. Denver's just not gonna be that great. Last year I was super high on them, and then at this point, I'm not that high on them this year. They just don't give me the feeling of good this year like they did last year. Then you have Arizona. Again, I feel like Arizona's going to be freaking great. Arizona will beat you guys, in my opinion. Then you have Atlanta. Atlanta should be good, but they really never are. But they're hosting you. Atlanta will win that game. Then you have Seattle. Seattle, again, still a good team. They will beat you. 4-13. Atrocious record. The Lions will not be good anytime soon. I do feel like they're on the rise, but they're still not going to be good anytime soon. And plus, they're in the rebuilding phase. All right, you have Chicago next. I feel like Chicago is one of, if not the worst team in the NFC. You open up with the Rams. The Rams are going to beat you guys. Then you host Cincinnati. Again, Cincinnati has a terrible online problem. You guys have a great defense. I do think you'll beat Cincinnati. Then you have Cleveland. Cleveland's going to win that one. There's no way. Cleveland's just going to be really good. Vegas, honestly, Vegas is a decent team. I'm going to take Vegas to beat you guys. Then you have Green Bay. Then the defending Super Bowl champs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can't believe they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but hey. The Bucs will win. Plain and simple. Then you have San Fran again. I feel like San Fran's going to bounce back. Then you have Pittsburgh. Again, I feel like Pittsburgh's going to have a drama-filled season. You have a great defense. Pittsburgh should beat you, but I'm going to take you guys on the upset. Baltimore. All right. Well, Mass Man, have a good stream later. Peace, Z-Dark Kage. Baltimore, really good team, should beat Chicago. But honestly, I'm going to take Chicago in this one. I feel like this one's going to, I think they'll upset them here. I feel like it'll be a defensive slugfest. Honestly, I genuinely think Chicago will win that game. Then you have Detroit, which I think it will beat. Then you have Arizona. Arizona will beat you. They're just a better team. Seattle will beat you. They're the better team. Then you have the Giants. You are better than the Giants in all assets. You will beat the Giants. 5-12. So not the worst team in the NFC North or the NFC, but still very, very poor. So Green Bay will win the division, but the NFC North is going to be really weak this year, in my opinion. Just horrendously weak. Now you got New Orleans. Now, normally I'd pick New Orleans to probably win the division, but I'm not sure about this year because Drew is gone. You have Carolina. You're going to go there. I feel like you'll beat them. Then you have New England. New England's honestly going to be all right this year, in my opinion. I think New England will beat you. Then you host the Giants. You should beat the Giants. You should beat Washington. A couple of weak teams. Washington's all right, but New York, definitely not. Excuse me. Then you have your bye week. Then you go to Seattle. I feel like you will beat Seattle. Seattle's a good team, but I feel like you'll beat them. You'll lose to Tampa Bay, the defending Super Bowl champions. Atlanta's a good team. I feel like they will beat you, but Atlanta never really does good, even though they're a good team. But Atlanta will beat you. They'll upset you. Tennessee, great team. Tennessee will beat you. Philadelphia's all right. You're going to Philadelphia, but I think it will beat them. Buffalo's going to be fucking amazing. You host Dallas. Now, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but honestly, I do think you will beat Dallas in that game. Then you have the Jets. No way you should lose to the Jets. You will lose to Tampa Bay again. Again, Tampa Bay's the defending Super Bowl champions. Great team. You know, they are destined to win this division, I think. Miami, great team on the rise. I think Miami will win that game. Carolina, you should beat, and then you should be able to beat Atlanta the second time. 10-7, not terrible at all. You know what I mean? Not the season you want, not the season you guys are used to, but hey, it's still not a terrible season. You have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. Like, I'm very high on them this year. Defending Super Bowl champions, still amazing roster. Plus, they added to it. Like, they brought their whole Super Bowl winning roster and added. Like, yeah, they will beat Dallas week 1. Let's be honest. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, they will beat us week 1. Then you have Atlanta. You will beat Atlanta. The Rams, again, Super Bowl contender. Honestly, I feel like the Rams are slightly better than Tampa Bay. I think the Rams will beat Tampa Bay. Then you have New England, the match we've all been waiting for. Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. Who's going to win? Tom Brady. The Patriots are not as good as the Bucs, dude. Miami's going to get you. Miami's not as good at Tampa Bay, but they will get you because that one, going from Miami to Tampa Bay, not that long of a distance travel. 2, Miami's a good team. So like, I think they'll get you. Philadelphia, you'll beat Philadelphia. There's no reason you shouldn't. Then you'll go on your nice little win streak. Then you have a bye week. Then Washington coming off their bye week again. I feel like Washington's decent. Washington is going to look for revenge from the playoffs. Washington's going to upset you. But then you have an easy opponent in the Giants the next week. Giants are weak. They're not that good. You will beat the Giants. Then you have Indianapolis. Indianapolis is still a good team. I do think Indianapolis will beat you. Then Atlanta again. Atlanta should be a good team. They just won't execute. You'll beat Atlanta here. Buffalo, great team. Buffalo will beat you in my opinion. Carolina, you should be able to beat Carolina. Carolina's not that good. The Jets are not that good. You should be able to beat the Jets. Then you have Carolina at the end of the season. You'll beat Carolina. 12-5. So, basically a repeat of last season almost, but, because season extension. But hey, lost maybe 1 or 2 games you shouldn't have, but you had some good quality losses and some good quality wins. I'm streaming. That was my mom. Then you have Atlanta. Alrighty. So Atlanta, again, should be a good team. Not going to be that great. They just never execute. You have to open up against Philly. Again, Philly's not that great of a team in my opinion, but Philly will upset you week 1. Then you'll, again, lose to Tampa Bay. But then you have the Giants. Easy opponent. You should be able to beat the Giants. You host Washington. Again, Washington's alright. They'll win games they shouldn't. They'll lose games they shouldn't. You'll beat Washington. You should definitely be able to handle the Jets. If you don't beat the Jets, you can basically kiss the season goodbye. Then you have your bye week. Then you have Atlanta. I mean, not Atlanta. Then you have Miami. Miami's better than you, but honestly, I think you'll be on a little hot streak here. After a bad start, you'll be on a hot streak. You'll beat Miami, but then Carolina's gonna creep up and get you in an upset. Then you'll beat New Orleans. Then you'll have Dallas. Dallas is a better team. Honestly, I think Dallas will get you again. Then you have New England. You're going to want revenge from 28-3, but you're just not going to get it. Then you have Jacksonville. Jacksonville should be an improved team this year, and honestly, I think Jacksonville will beat you. Jacksonville is just better. What can I say? Jacksonville's not better than Atlanta, but I feel like they'll win that game. Then you'll lose to Tampa Bay, and then you'll have Carolina. You'll get revenge on Carolina. Like I said, I feel like San Fran's gonna bounce back. San Fran will win that game, in my opinion. Then you have Buffalo. Buffalo's a really good team. Buffalo will win that game. 7-10. Again, now this is a bit backwards normally. Normally you have a terrible beginning, then a great end. Here you have a great beginning, then a terrible end. So, yeah. That is my prediction for the Atlanta Falcons. Then you have Carolina. Carolina, again, like I said, bad team. You have the Jets. You should be able to handle the Jets. The Jets are one of, if not the worst team in the league. Then you have Houston. Houston's also really bad. You should be able to beat Houston. Then Dallas. You're not going to be able to handle Dallas. You're not going to be able to handle Philly. Giants, honestly, I feel like the Giants will upset you here. I think you are better than the Giants, but I feel like the Giants will upset you there. You have New England. There's no way you're beating New England. No way you're beating the Cardinals. You guys are just terrible. You guys are bad. Washington, honestly, I feel like you'll beat Washington. Washington should beat you there, but I feel like you'll beat them. Miami, way better team. Buffalo, way better team. Carolina is just terrible this year, in my opinion. Carolina will go 4-13. Just that rebuilding phase, man. The NFC East, the Cowboys. All right, this is my favorite team. However, I will predict as unbiased and as accordingly to what I think. The Chargers, I feel like the Chargers will beat us, but we'll beat Philly. We'll beat the Giants. We'll beat New England. We're just going to go on a fucking streak, man. This is what I think right there. Just go crazy on a streak. Oh, but then the Chiefs. We'll bounce back. Oh, them. Then, we're at Washington. We'll beat them. We'll beat Washington. Oh, at the Cardinals? Nah, Cardinals getting us. Philly? Oh, we'll beat Philly. Oh, hold on. Was stream good? I think the stream's fine. At the Cardinals? Nah, Cardinals getting us. Philly? Oh, we'll beat Philly. I think the stream's fine. Sorry, chat said no connection on my phone. But yeah, I think we'll go 11-6. I think we'll surprise people with how good we'll be, but we'll lose to a lot of good teams. So yeah, again, Washington, a wishy-washy team in my opinion. They'll open up against the Chargers. The Chargers, I feel like, will be a good team this year. Chargers will win that game. Then you have the Giants. You'll beat the Giants. You'll lose to Buffalo. You're 4-game losing streak. All great teams. Then you have Denver. You should be able to beat Denver. Seattle. I honestly think you'll upset Seattle here. You'll lose to Vegas. You'll lose to Philly. Lose to Dallas. But then you'll beat Philly. And then you have your last game of the season against the Giants. You'll beat the Giants to go 8-9. So, not terrible. Not great. Then you have Philly. Again, I feel like Philly's not that great. You have the 49ers. 49ers, again, bouncing back. Chiefs, you're not beating the Chiefs. Vegas, I feel like you'll beat Vegas. Chargers, now here's the thing. I feel like the Chargers are better than you, but honestly, you'll upset the Chargers. You should be able to beat Denver. All right. Things are looking up. Oh, the Giants. Giants are worse than you, but the Giants are going to get you. The Jets, honestly, I feel like the Jets will upset the Eagles. But then you got the Giants again. You'll exact your revenge. You'll go 8-9 as well. Just mediocrity. Then you have the Giants. Giants should be able to beat Denver. Actually, no. You should, but Denver will beat you. I don't know. I just don't have high hopes. There's no way you're beating the Rams or the Chiefs. I feel like you'll be able to beat the Raiders. You're not beating Miami. You're not beating the Chargers. 3-14. That is the worst record so far that I have predicted. So 3-14 for the Giants. Giants are just destined to fail as long as Daniel Jones is their QB. Now, as you see, I think the West is going to be really freaking good. You have Arizona, which is in the runnings for it, the division, but Tennessee, you're going to open up losing to them, but you'll beat Jacksonville. You're going to lose to the Rams, going to beat San Fran, going to lose to Cleveland, going to beat Houston. You know, Tennessee's really good. Jacksonville's not. Rams really good. San Fran, again, bouncing back, but I feel like Cardinals are better. Cleveland's better. And I think Houston is freaking terrible. San Fran's going to get you that next time. Seattle, I feel like Seattle will beat you. You know, you're going there. Then you have the Rams again. Rams will beat you, in my opinion. The Colts, I feel like the Colts will be able to beat you. And then you have Seattle. You'll beat Seattle in that final game of the season to go 10-7. So not as great as you would hope, but hey, still really good. The Rams, like I said, Super Bowl contenders. You have the Colts in week 2. Honestly, I think the Colts could beat you, but I feel like the Rams will. Then you have Seattle. So starting off 7-0. Then you have Houston 8-0. Tennessee will be your first loss of the season. Then San Fran will have something to say to you. You'll beat Jacksonville. Then Seattle's going to have something to say to you. Then Baltimore. But then you'll be able to beat San Fran at the end of the season to go 13-4. So really good team is what I think. I think Rams will be a really good team. And yeah, San Francisco. San Francisco, I feel like you'll lose to Seattle. You'll lose to Indianapolis. You'll beat Jacksonville. You'll lose to Seattle again, however. Cincinnati will upset you. Crazy, right? I feel like Cincinnati will upset. Yes, I think they will. Tennessee should beat you. Houston, I think you will beat. You'll go 10-7 as well. Then you have Seattle. Seattle is striving for a playoff spot. You got the Colts. The Colts will open up beating. Actually, no. Actually, yes. I think you'll beat the Colts, but you'll beat Tennessee. Again, you'll beat Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh will be that great this year. Jacksonville, you should be able to handle Jacksonville with ease. And then you got Houston. You should be able to handle Houston. 11-6. Still a really good team is what Seattle is. Now, we will look at the NFC standings. So, the Rams get the 1 seed in my predictions. Then Tampa Bay. Then Dallas. Then Green Bay. Then you have Seattle, New Orleans, and San Fran as the wild card teams. Arizona slightly missed out. Who are they tied to? They won. I think they're tied with Arizona, and the only reason why they're ahead is because strength of victory, like that said. But yeah, that's the standings there. Then obviously the worst 3 teams are Carolina, Detroit, and the Giants. So there's that. Now we have the AFC. We're going to start off with Cleveland. Again, Cleveland I think will be a really great team. There's no way you're beating the Chiefs though, fam. I know you're looking for revenge, but there's no way you're going to beat the Chiefs. You'll beat Houston. You should be able to beat the Chargers. You should be able to beat Denver. You'll be able to beat Pittsburgh. After losing to the Chiefs, you're going to go on a streak. You'll beat Cincinnati, but New England's going to upset you. Baltimore's going to get you back-to-back. You'll beat Vegas. Pittsburgh looking for revenge, but again, unstable. You'll sweep Pittsburgh this year. You'll sweep Cincinnati. 13-4. Really, really good, clearly, is what I think they're going to be. Then you have the Ravens. The Ravens should be able to beat Vegas. Ravens looking to beat the Chiefs for the first time in the last few years. I think you'll actually finally get that this time. Baltimore should be able to beat the Chiefs. You're going to start off strong, but then Chargers will get you. You'll beat Cincinnati. Miami will get you. You'll beat Pittsburgh. You'll beat Cincinnati. You'll beat Pittsburgh. Go 13-4 as well. It's crazy how good I think the AFC is freaking stacked. And the AFC North has 2 great teams in the Browns and the Ravens. Both going to go crazy and mess stuff up. I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers would make the playoffs if there just wasn't so much, there's so much instability in the Steelers organization that I just don't think they'll be that great. You'll open up losing to Buffalo. But you'll you'll start off 3-2, then 3-3, then 3-4, then 3-5, then 3-6. Things will quickly start to derail. Then you'll lose to the Chargers. You'll beat Cincinnati, Tennessee, and the Chiefs will take care of you. 5-12, the worst record in Steelers. The worst record for the Steelers in a long time. 5-12 after having the good season they had. Really great start, terrible finish. That terrible finish is gonna progress into next season. The Bengals should be worse. However, the Bengals have to face Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville will beat them. The Jets, honestly, I think the Jets will be better. Again, that O-line just horrendous, dude. Vegas, I feel like you'll upset Vegas. You'll beat the Chargers. Will beat you. Denver will beat you. KC will beat you. 2-15 for the Bengals. The Bengals really just need to focus on that O-line, and they will have the worst record so far. Then you got Tennessee. Tennessee, again, going to be really good, but Indianapolis is also going to be really good. Indianapolis will beat you. You'll beat the Jets. You'll beat Jacksonville. Buffalo will beat you. You'll upset KC. Indianapolis is going to sweep you. Yes, I think Indianapolis will sweep the Titans. Then you have Houston. You'll beat Houston. New England will beat you. Actually, no, you'll beat New England. Jacksonville will upset you. Miami will beat you, and then you'll finish off beating Houston. 11-6, not as great as last year. Well, actually, kind of the same record, but like what I predicted last year, like not insanely great, but still very strong. Indianapolis, very good team in my opinion, but you're gonna lose to Miami. Gonna beat Houston. You'll beat the Jets. You'll beat Jacksonville. You're losing to Buffalo. You'll beat Houston. You'll beat New England. You'll beat Vegas. You'll beat Jacksonville. Actually, no. Vegas will actually upset you. I don't know. I have a feeling that Vegas will actually win that game. 12-5 for Indianapolis. Then Jacksonville. Honestly, I feel like Jacksonville's better than Houston. I swear to God, Houston's a shit team. Denver will beat you, though. Miami will beat you. Buffalo will beat you. Then Houston. Oh, you'll beat Houston again? Great. Jets will beat you. New England will beat you. You're not great, but you're better. Jacksonville with a few upsets. Some beating some teams they should beat, 5-12. Then you have Houston, one of the worst teams in the league, in my opinion. Buffalo's beating you. New England's beating you. You'll beat the Jets, but the Houston's so terrible this year, in my opinion. I think they're winning one game and losing oh wow, wait, not even just a 15. You can't go 1-15. You have to go 1-16. Yeah, I'm sorry. Miami's beating you, in my opinion. The Houston's so bad that they're only going to win one game, I think. They're going to be by far the worst team in the league this year. In my opinion, they're just not good at all. They only got Deshaun Watson, and I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be around very long. He's either going to be in jail or on a different team. Then you have Buffalo and Miami. Miami's really good, but Buffalo should be able to win that game. Kansas City, you're looking for revenge against Kansas City. You're going to be you're a really good team. I think you'll get your revenge, but Miami's going to slap you, the next time for your first loss. Then you got Jets. You should be able to beat the Jets. New England, I think New England will upset you, but then you'll get revenge on New England. Then you have the Jets in the final week. You will be resting your starters, obviously. Jets, I think, will beat you. You're going to go 14-3, the best record in the league by far. Miami's still a really good team, but you're going to struggle in New England. New England will beat you week 1. Vegas, you should be able to beat Vegas. Jets, you'll be able to handle the Jets. Jets, again, you'll be able to handle them. Against New England, New England's going to beat you. 13-4. Again, AFC is stacked. Like, dude, look at this. 13-4, 13-4, 12-5, 11-6, 14-3, 13-4. Like, fam, AFC is crazy stacked. Then you have the Chargers, which, as you see, I think they're going to be really good, but she's going to get you. Vegas will beat you. You'll beat New England? Oh, crap, I forgot about New England. Well, we'll finish the Chargers first, then we'll finish the Jets and New England. My bad. Then you have Denver. I feel like Denver will win this one. You'll lose to Chiefs, but you'll beat Denver the next time. And then you'll beat Vegas. 11-6 for the Chargers. My bad, New England and the Jets. I'm sorry. I forgot about them. New England versus... they only have the games against each other. You guys will split depending on who was home and who wasn't. Split games. New England, 10-7, but honestly, not going to be good enough to make the playoffs, I don't think, depending how my predictions here will be. And the Jets, 5-11. Wait, Jets are missing a game. Denver will win, 5-12. All right. You have Kansas City. Alrighty. Kansas City versus Vegas. You'll beat Vegas. You'll beat Denver. You'll beat Vegas. And you'll beat Denver. 14-3 for the Chiefs, which is tied for the best record in the league, but since I have Buffalo beating them, they'll be the 2 seed. Then you have Denver, which again I don't think they'll be that great. Vegas will win both matchups against them, 5-12, and Vegas will be 6-11. That rounds out the record predictions. Next up, we'll have the playoffs. So these are my standings for the playoffs. The crazy stacked AFC versus actually still a very stacked NFC, but the NFC still is weaker by far. As you see, I'm very high on Buffalo and Rams this year. Very high on a lot of teams, honestly. Like Indianapolis, Miami, Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, really, really good teams all around. Worst team in the league, I feel like, will be Houston. So, the top 3 draft picks would be Houston, then Cincinnati, then the Giants. You know, and then if you want to continue, 4th and 5th would be Detroit, Carolina. But yeah, you know, as you can see as I scroll up, these are my predictions. So, this is the record predictions I have for this season. A lot of powerful teams, I think. But what will that equate to in the playoffs? Well, let's see. We got the wild card. So, I'm going to go AFC, then NFC first for the playoffs. You got 7-seeded Tennessee versus 2-seeded Kansas City. Kansas City by far will win that game. Cleveland versus Baltimore. Cleveland has something to prove. Cleveland's going to win that game. And Miami versus Indianapolis. I feel like Miami will win that game. Green Bay versus Seattle. Green Bay has a lot of drama going on. Seattle is ready to go. Seattle will win this game. Revenge on during the regular season. Dallas, I feel like, will beat New Orleans. San Fran, again, bounce back season, but you ain't being the defending champs. Alrighty, then you have Kansas City versus Miami. I feel like Miami will upset Kansas City here. Kansas City will not make 3 straight Super Bowls. And Buffalo will win their game against Cleveland. Then you have Tampa Bay versus Dallas. Tampa Bay should win that game. And then the Rams will beat Seattle. So obviously this year, before I continue, this year obviously the Rams, the Chargers are hosting the Super Bowl, but the Chargers and Rams operate under the same stadium. We have Buffalo versus Miami, who will go to the Super Bowl. I think Buffalo will. After so long, Buffalo makes the Super Bowl. And then the Rams and Tampa Bay, who will win? The defending champion. Or the very hot Rams. The defending champs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in my opinion, will make the Super Bowl. Then you finally have the Super Bowl matchup, in my opinion, that will happen this season. The Buffalo Bills versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay going for their third Super Bowl, their second straight one. Tom Brady going for ring number 8. And Josh Allen hoping to get his first win in his career, leading Buffalo to greatness after so many years of heartbreak. And the torch for AFC King, in my opinion, will be passed on to Josh Allen. I feel like Josh Allen will outplay Tom Brady this year in the Super Bowl. The Bucs will not be able to hold on to their will not go back to back, kind of like the Chiefs weren't able to. Buffalo will win the Super Bowl, in my opinion, this year. The torch will officially be passed. Be a really good game, in my opinion. Tom Brady will have 303 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 55 completion percentage. Final score, I will say 33 Buffalo, 24 Tampa Bay. Think this will be a great game to see. MVP will by far be Josh Allen this year, in my opinion. Offensive Player of the Year will be Matthew Stafford. Actually not Matthew. Offensive Player of the Year, Matthew Stafford. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald, of course. Comeback Player of the Year, again, Matthew Stafford. Then you have Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie. I don't really pay attention to offense and defense drafts. Offensive Rookie of the Year, though, I think Devontae Smith, which is on the Eagles, will have one hell of a year. I think that he will get Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Again, I didn't pay too much attention to I'm going to go with the linebacker we drafted in the first round, honestly. The linebacker the Cowboys drafted in the first round, I think will win Defensive Rookie of the Year. Again, didn't pay close attention to the draft, but I did pay attention to it. Coach of the Year, I'm going to have to go ahead and say Sean McVay will win Coach of the Year. But yeah, I think this season will be a great season of football. And this is my prediction with the Buffalo Bills coming on top to end years in history of heartbreak and depression and despair. The Buffalo Bills will get it done against the one man who tormented them for so long, Tom Brady. That's the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the predictions I had and the playoff predictions. See you guys in the next one. Peace.